It's the Lakers.
Breaking news and an absolute nuclear trade in the NBA. The Lakers have acquired five-time first-team All-NBA superstar Luka Doncic.
If you didn't think Shams was hacked or that this report was a mistake, then you must not know who Luka Doncic is. Because there's no way a sports franchise has a top 10 player in their respective sport in that player's prime and simply just give them away. But that's exactly what happened at 12:12 AM February 2nd, 2025. The sporting world stopped as Luka Doncic was traded. No one in the sporting world could believe it, but it was confirmed in just an hour.
Blockbuster mega trade involving two of the biggest superstars in all of the NBA. We told you the two biggest names. Here's the complete deal, and Shams saying yes, this is real because it didn't feel like it.
Luka Doncic was traded to the NBA's biggest franchise, the Lakers, for Anthony Davis, a player who had just won a championship for the Lakers just 5 years earlier. And as more reports confirmed the news and the dust settled after the sham bomb, everyone's initial reaction was that this trade was kind of useless. This trade doesn't suddenly make one team the number one team in the NBA, or unbeatable, or even makes them a favorite to win the championship. It's almost like it didn't need to happen. So that's when the Mavericks general manager, Nico Harrison, fell into the Dallas Sports firing line.
We're excited about it.
And that might be because former owner Mark Cuban, who was such a true fan and diehard fan of the Dallas Mavericks that he bought the franchise, had said a couple years ago that he would divorce his own wife, aka ruin his whole life before trading Luka away and ruining his own franchise. But what would you expect from the Mavericks GM? Cause side note, this guy was apparently part of the reason Steph Curry didn't sign with Nike. Because of a meeting, Harrison and his co-workers messed up trying to sign Curry, calling him Steph on Curry, and had a PowerPoint they had made for Kevin Durant and just reused for Curry, with the PowerPoint still having KD's name throughout the presentation. But also, Harrison was the guy who traded away Porzingis after Luka and Porzingis showed promising signs as a duo. And just looking at this emergency press conference that was held with Harrison and Jason Kidd, probably in reaction to all the outrage and I imagine death threats Harrison and the Mavericks front office was getting, you can see Jason Kidd on the verge of crashing out.
Well, I think the long term.
But just 2 weeks before this trade, Harrison says this.
How much is Luka Doncic worth?
I don't know that you can put a price tag on it. Honestly, the value that he brings to the franchise, to the NBA, to this organization, it's immeasurable. His marketability, like people from all over the world come to watch him play because of what he means to the NBA and the basketball. It's an honor because I feel like we're going to be champions, and it will be because of Luka.
But he still traded Luka, and as he talks, he sounds like the weight of that decision is just hitting him in real time. Like, how do you become the worst general manager in Dallas, fuck it, in Texas, with Jerry Jones as your competition? And now looking at what's transpired with the injuries the Mavericks are facing, it almost feels like the basketball gods are punishing the Mavericks for this trade, even though I think a lot of Laker fans saw the Anthony Davis injury coming. But to get to the point where you might have to forfeit games is crazy.
Oh yeah, we're fucked.
Or maybe this is the Mavericks just telling their players to sit out, even if their injuries aren't as bad as they seem, just so they can make a last minute effort to tank and get a good position for their 2025 first round pick. But it still feels like a generational mistake, trading a prime Luka Doncic, who's showing he's still in good condition with the Lakers.
Let me show you how to put it in the bottom of the net.
But what else do you expect from a franchise that years earlier traded Harrison Barnes, a key role player, mid-game?
This is being reported, folks, from Bleacher Report. Reportedly, Harrison Barnes, mid-game, is being traded to Sacramento for Justin Jackson and Zach Randolph. It's reportedly.
But let's just look at what got Luka traded. He had a big contract coming up that Dallas didn't want to pay, and they were concerned about his conditioning. But they say this after Luka just carried their franchise to the finals. And if you didn't know, the Mavericks have only been to 2 finals in their entire history before Luka. But yeah, trade the person who just showed he could maybe carry you to multiple finals appearances. And Luka just last season had his best season of his career.
37 a game. He's got 35 now. Oh no. No. You gotta go. He's no. This is about as high as we've seen. No way.
Brown trying to deal with Doncic. Here comes Pirtle.
Your living room. Or wherever you watch your Hornets basketball these days.
Oh, what a play! Doncic with a no-look over the back pass to Gafford.
Getting some early minutes here. Taj Gibson on the floor as well. And Powell
open Luka Doncic with a little spice. That's incredible.
Trailed for nearly 3 full quarters in this game. For the middle of the first to early in the fourth, but now they're up by 6.
And Randall and still won 4 out of 5. Doncic with a flurry of moves and he buries a 3.
Luka Doncic finished the season averaging 34 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists on 48% from the field and 38% from 3, and a crazy 78.6% from the field in 70 games. Him and MJ are the only 2 players to average even 32, 8 and 8. No one has averaged 33, 9 and 9 before Luka. He set the records for the most consecutive games with 35 points and 35-point triple doubles. He scored 73 points in a single game. That's 4 full time. He led the league in scoring. He had 13 40-point games and 21 39-point games. But yeah, trade him away because he wants a big contract that the Mavericks practically set up for him, and because of his conditioning. Like, he could look like a lineman for the Dallas Cowboys, and I doubt any NBA team will trade him away if he still produces Luka magic on the court. Now for the Lakers, who actually feel like they had a plan when they did this. Unlike Dallas, LeBron is going to retire at the end of the season, if this season turns out to be a failure. Or he'll retire next year when he realizes him and Luka aren't compatible. And that's why the Lakers made this happen. If LeBron retires, the NBA and the NBA's biggest franchise in the world, Lakers, lose their biggest star, that won't help Adam Silver's NBA viewership problem, or the Lakers' popularity or monetary goals. So you replace LeBron with Luka, one of basketball's biggest stars in the world. And now Luka continues the tradition of generational players playing for the historic Lakers, just like how the Lakers replaced Kobe with LeBron, and now replace LeBron with Luka. And with Luka chucking LeBron a couple lobs and dropping a couple 50-point games in the purple and gold, he raises his popularity and his stock. So when LeBron retires, or maybe even before, Luka becomes the face of basketball, just like MJ, Kobe, and LeBron. Now the chances of this happening is 50-50, because Luka either turns into D-Wade or Kyrie for LeBron, or LeBron turns into a point guard, which he's done before, but that was with AD, McGee, and Dwight, true capable big men, not a ball-dominant guard. And that's why I think the Lakers are showing LeBron it's time for a farewell tour, because I think they're tired of paying Bronny as a publicity stunt and filling a roster spot with him, and having LeBron at the end of every season saying he's 50-50 about retiring.
But I don't know. I got a lot to think about, to be honest. Just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball, a lot to think about.
Just between me and you, we're going to see you back here at Madison Square Garden again.
Possibly. We'll see.
Because I think everyone thought Bron would stay till Bryce was drafted, and he'd do the impossible and play with both his sons and do all that shit that wouldn't make him any better than MJ. But I think the Lakers have completed their favor to LeBron. After he won them a championship, we let you get the scoring title, we let you play with your son, and now it's time for more championships. And you either turn back into prime, age-defying, 8 straight finals appearances in a row LeBron, or 2, you do whatever Luka tells you. Because Luka, despite coming off injury or a hookah party filled off season, he is still one of the best offensive players that has ever touched a basketball. And the Lakers are gonna pay him to be the highest paid player in NBA history. And if it's true Luka had no idea he was being traded and was betrayed by the Mavericks, and as reports say, cried after the trade, then the league has a problem on their hands with a Slovenian in LA. This guy has showed he can turn it up on someone whenever he wants, even if he does cry to the refs on his way to 73 points. But it looks like after years of debate and back and forth and memes, the Hawks won this trade.
Michael, how can we prepare Laker fans for what is about to happen with Luka?
Well, a lot of excitement, a lot of anticipation, a lot of curiosity and intrigue, all ball up in